Okay, okay. I think we're working. I think my controller's working. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. First off, hi. Hello. Let me know if you guys can hear everything okay, cuz I'm still messing with settings and I know that this mic is not the best. If you guys are new, I would like to inform you that I have terrible internet and that my stream quality is probably never going to be that great. This is kind of some of the best I can get it, but if there's anything that's really game breaking for you, like if there's a lot of static on audio, or if the balances are weird, or if it's skipping, please let me know. Because those are things that are a little bit difficult for me to track.
Next? If you'd like
So
to
yeah.
see Liyue's tourist
Okay,
spots.
no, shush. Shush. Shush you. Anywho, we're gonna chill just for a little bit while we wait for some people to show up, although there are quite a few of you already. I'm mostly just gonna kind of wander around and talk about thoughts that I have, and hopefully answer questions, if you guys have them, about lore theories. Otherwise, whatever. I also answer dog questions. That's my other thing. This is a pretty spot. Super pretty. I love these trees. Everything in Inazuma glows. I found bats the other day. Like, I actually found bats, and I kind of want to show you guys the bats. Because it was super weird. I just kind of looked up and bam, bats. Hey, look, it's a kid. That kid. I have only done one of his things, and I feel like I should do the rest of them, but I don't really want to. Anywho, on today's topic list, we may be talking about radiation and uranium, among other things. Did I go in there? I feel like I have. I must have. I must have done. Right? Right? Okay, I must have done. Yeah, there's bats. Sorry, okay, so chat is gonna be like a little bit off from where I am too, so if I'm a little delayed, I'm sorry. It's not as instant as I'd like it. Also, I get really distracted, which is probably not that helpful. Okay, first couple of things that I want to go do, while I'm thinking of it. Yeah. Yeah, no, we'll go see the bats. We'll go see the bats, but like in a second. Because I have something to do really quick. Yep. I have something to do real quick. I wanna do the things where I send these people out on their daily scavenger hunts. Well, for some of these, it's like, you know, twice daily scavenger hunts. I send them out twice a day, sometimes. Okay, bats. We want to go see the bats. Let's go see the bats. Where are the bats? I have to go here. There is a question. Is it possible that there is some sort of time traveling related to major events in the story? Yes, it's possible. Is it likely? I don't know. I don't think so. I think there may be some, like, time distortions, but in terms of, like, going backwards or forwards in time, I don't think we're gonna see that. But that's... I have nothing to support that claim, honestly. So it's a possibility, but I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Can I fly and read at the same time? That's probably not safe. Hang on. I want to take us to see the bats, and I see questions, but I'll answer questions in a minute. I just... Bats! Oh, also these. I want this. Give me. where's the thing? Wait, where am I? Where am I? Like, I thought it was on this side. Is it on this side? Am I just blind now? Am I just blind now? No, okay. It's on the other side of this thing. Okay. Give me that. I want to see the bats. Is it? I get so turned around in this place. I never remember which entrance I come in at. Okay, well that cryo slime just died and I did absolutely nothing. That's kind of funny. Okay, no, that's the thing. There's someone else chasing me now. I don't remember where this is, so maybe I'll answer another question first. Don't remember where this is. Where the heck is this thing? Oh, it's over there. Wait, I see it. I see it. I see it. Hang on. Don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. We don't lose focus around here. Okay, bats. They're in here. They're actually in here. I have to climb a thing, though. I have to climb a thing to show you the bats. Okay, you see those black things? You see them? They're bats! I'm gonna see if I can get it. Oh, I don't have Kazu on this team. Let me see if I can get a closer look. You see them? Oh wait, I can use a camera. What am I thinking? Can you let go, please? I can just use the camera. What am I thinking? Oh, let's use the camera. And we're gonna go up. Wait. Go away. And zoom. Not exactly an optical zoom, but you see them? Bats. This is the only place I found bats. And it's super weird, but yeah, you can't touch them. They're just like particles. But I thought it was super strange. Anyway, those are the bats. They're in here. Okay. I'm gonna catch up on chat now. Yep. Okay. Goodness, I'm really behind now. Okay. Casp asked, if Vision users can ascend to Celestia and become gods to their ambition, become their god title, example, Albedo, god of alchemy or something. There is one thing we know of so far to support that idea. That I know of. I believe, with the Dendro Archon. The latest one is called the God of Wisdom. But the last one was called the God of Woods. Something to that degree. So maybe? He went away. What a jerk. Come back here. So maybe. Oh, there's two of you. Hi. I don't appreciate being snuck up on. That was mean. So maybe. But it is kind of weird when you think about it, because, like, Baal is supposed to be the Archon of Eternity, and I just wonder if the previous Archon was also the Archon of Eternity, and I think we might actually learn about that. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Zeus asks, have you seen the inactive Electro Cube? Yes, I have, and also that is connected to a world quest that I will not say anything else about because I will spoil the world quest, but let me just say that Electro Cube is no longer in my world. So, yeah. There's a thing around that. That's kind of worth going into. Hey, look, a thingy. Is this from the Sojourner, or is this like an actual event? Oh, it's a time challenge. I don't want to do that right now. I'll mark it down on the map, though. We mark you down right on the map like that. Come back to you later. Dragomind. How credible do you think the storybooks in Genshin are for the lore? That depends a little bit on your perspective of reliable. Because the books in Genshin, a lot of them are like fiction, or they're based on, you know, like a myth or something like that. Like, you kind of have to take them... Oh my Sorry. I have a really terrible controller, and sometimes it just does not agree with me. At all. Okay, that was annoying. Yeah, books. So, when you're reading the books in Genshin, you kind of have to keep in mind, like, who wrote it, because there's some books that are actually totally fiction, like, Xing Cho's storybooks. Those are obviously fiction because he... Finny, shush. Oh. Hang on. Hang on. She needs to go outside. Give me a second. Okay, sorry. I think they're gonna go chase some frogs. What was I doing? What was I doing? What was I doing? Zhao think. Right, yes, books. So you have to kind of keep in mind some perspective, right? A lot of the books that we get in Genshin are, like, based on a mythology. And mythology is cool and all. But you have to remember that it's, like, told from the perspective of a certain group of people, and then it's probably been passed down over time, so things have probably been exaggerated. But I think it's important to note that there's probably some level of truth into pretty much every bit of lore in Genshin, whether it's someone's opinion or otherwise. Because, like, all of that stuff has to come from somewhere, right? Like, for example, you know that one... Well... Yeah, just keep in mind the narrator, I guess. And take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt. I think they're very reliable for picking up tidbits of lore, but it's more important, I think, to look for patterns in the books than necessarily taking the books at face value. How's that? That's how I view the books. So, like, when we talk about the moon goddesses, for example, if it was only ever mentioned in one book, we'd probably never really talk about it again, because it's just one thing mentioned. But because the 3 moons make an appearance in multiple books, you know that there's some level of truth to those. Because otherwise, they wouldn't appear in multiple myths, you know what I mean? But how much of it is exaggerated? Are the moons actually dead? Were they blown up? Were they actually, like, sentient? None of that is something that we really know, and nothing that we can actually confirm either. But we do know that there are probably 3 moons, just because, like, that's a recurring thing, right? So anyway, okay, hang on. I'm, like, way behind again. Oh my goodness, sorry. Coco says, oh my god, okay, chat's, like, going nutty on me, so I apologize for this. It's, like, jumping all over the place. I'm trying to figure out where I am. Do I think Yae Miko could be the Kitsune Saigu in disguise, like reincarnated or maybe a descendant? Maybe, but I don't think so. I think if anything, she may have inherited, like, Saigu's will, but I don't necessarily think she is Saigu, because she does seem, like, genuinely upset when she's compared. You know what I mean? I don't feel like if she was a reincarnation that she would feel that way. But that's just my opinion. I have to pause for a second. And I'm trying to catch up now. I might skip some things. I'm so sorry. Oh, hey, the Chadford. Thank you so much for your super chat. It says, Venti was just a wind spirit before becoming the Archon. What's stopping us from taking down Ball and making Oz the new Electro Archon? Yeah, I mean, probably not Oz, but yeah, Fischl. Because I think Oz is just a manifestation of Fischl's, yeah? Do I still have something that's alive? Oh, I do. Hi. But that would be really funny. See Oz become the new Electro Archon. My Fräulein, who's the vision now? It's just a funny picture. In me heads. Hello, birdie. Goodbye, birdie. Yeah. I have, okay, yeah, okay, so my controller, right? This is actually a PlayStation 3 controller, and my computer's not even supposed to really recognize PlayStation 3 controllers. It's supposed to recognize a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox controller. And I had kind of gimped my machine so it recognizes my PlayStation 3 controller, which is also a wireless one, so I'm using the charging USB to play it on my computer. Which is also not something I'm supposed to do because it's like a really loose wire, so if I like twist it in a certain way, it just stops working. So there's that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he saw me. Nuts. I was hoping he wouldn't.
Give up. Your life is mine.
Oh well.
Disappear.
Well, we'll just take care of him really quick. I don't want to mess with him at all. I don't want to think. No, go away. Go away. Go away. Oh, there's so many of you. Why? There. Okay, I'm happy now. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. That's gonna happen a lot. I don't have the best focus on most days. I have tunnel vision, but no focus. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Pretties, what's your theory on how visions are given? Like Animo are given to people who wish to be free, Geo to hardworking people with goals, and Pyro to people with great passion.
The Dens will sooner
I'm sorry.
die again.
There's an inside joke on the Conria lore server about Pyro is passion. It's always gonna make me giggle. Yeah, so I actually have a theory on this, and I'll show you what I think it is. What am I doing in weapons? I don't want to be in weapons. I want to be in here. Okay, there you go. I'll be down here. All right, you see these? You see these talent books? I think these have a lot more to do with why a vision is granted or assigned than anything. But I will say, I think there's a difference between being granted a vision and being granted an element. So I want to be clear that I don't think being granted a vision has anything to do with a motivation or what your vision type or like your ambition type or your wish type is or whatever. Like it doesn't matter if you're passionate or if you're like distraught, right? I feel like visions are given at a specific point in your life when there's like an emotional high that's achieved that's unique. And we'll just call that ambition because that's what the game does. But I think elements are actually assigned based on, honestly, I really think it has a lot to do with these books. Because, like, here's the thing. For the Leeway talent books, for example, we've got prosperity, we've got diligence, and we've got gold. If you think about it, Zhongli kind of pushes all three of those principles, right? Like, he creates Mora. That's your gold. He's kind of like gold is kind of what makes Leeway go round, right? So merchants like Ningguang are gonna be the ones who, well, I know she uses prosperity, but they're related because gold leads to prosperity and all that. But merchants like Ningguang could be gifted a geo vision, or a geo element, for example, because of their ambition surrounding gold. In her case, it was surrounding prosperity, not necessarily gold. But then you've got someone like Chongyun who's like, well, he's very, very, very vigilant, you know? And then as we move into Inazuma's, we've got elegance, light, and transience, which if you've seen my rants on transience already on any of my ball videos, you'll kind of know my thoughts there. But like elegance is what like Ayaka uses, right? That has to do with lordship and all that. But I really think it has something a little bit to do with this. Mondstadt's a little bit more on the nose when it comes to like freedom because that's like their primary thing. City of Freedom and all that. But resistance is interesting because it's hard to get resistance out of my head as like the opposite of defense, like, you know, magical resistance kind of thing. But resistance in this case is probably more like talking about, as it says in its little lore bit, the history of Mondstadt, resisting higher powers, like forming the resistance, kind of like how there is in Inazuma right now, right? People who rebel against tyranny, I guess. And then Ballad, this one's more about communication, which is more what he is. So that has to do with like withholding secrets or divulging secrets, and just pursuing knowledge in general. But I'm not quite sure what that has to do with Rosaria because she uses ballads. But anyway, sorry. That's the thing about having dogs. You swallow their hair at random. Oh my god. Hang on a second. Thanks, Levi. That's exactly what I wanted. Yep, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Ugh. So uncomfortable. Anyway. Oh, it's still there. I'm gonna be feeling that all night, huh? Yep, thanks. I've probably eaten a pound of dog hair in my life. Okay, anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I completely lost my train of thought again. So let me catch up. I feel like I'm super behind. Oh, hey! TT Kira, thank you so much for your super chat. The human Oz fan art would finally become reality. Or would it? Or would he just be a bird? That's something I actually want to figure out. Like say, Cloud Retainer, right? She's a crane. What happens if she becomes an Archon? Like, does she actually use her human form, or does she stay bird? I don't know. I kind of want to know. I kind of want to know, though. Alright. That really got me.
Those memories. So dark.
Ouch. Oh, goodness. That was entirely your fault, Levi. No, get. No tongue. No tongues! Don't stop licking me! Ah.
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright. Hey, Krabby, come here. Come here. Sorry. I don't know, though. Anyway. Would I say Dainsleif is a biased source? Yes. Yes, I would. I think everyone's a biased source, honestly.
Don't waste my time.
I think everyone's word should be taken with a grain of salt, whether it comes from Dainsleif or Xiao or Zhongli or Kaya or everybody. You know? Everyone's biased, just assume that. Oh my god. I am like super far behind. Okay, I'm sorry if I have to skip a lot of this. I really do have to skip a lot of this. I am not okay. No, yeah, okay, yep. Okay, I'm caught up now. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, there's a doggy question. Let's answer doggy questions for a minute. Yeah, okay, I have two dogs. On my channel somewhere, I have like my 1,000 subscriber count video, where I shared some cute clips of doggies. So you can definitely see more of my pups there if you want to. They're like little 5-minute videos. But feel free to search those up because they're actually really cute. I love them. But I've got 2 Australian Shepherds. I've got one really big one. And he's yellow. He's a red merle dilute, so he's like gold instead of red. And his name is Levi, and he's a big dumb fuzzbutt. And he's very good with catching people off guard when it comes to
Your life is mine.
being affectionate. Oh, come on.
Useless. Boring.
And then I have a silver one. She's a blue merle. She's a little bit smaller. She's kind of more cat-like. And she's very cute. Her name is Fenris. So I've got 2. I named them both after Norse monsters. Well, Levi's name's actually Leviathan.
Worthless.
I just don't call him that very much. Because it seems kind of silly.
Don't waste my time.
But Fenris's name is based off of that one wolf in Norse mythology that lives in Niflheim. So her full name on her birth certificate is actually Fenrisulfar, which is fun. When you go to the vet and you're just like, hey, I'm here to see the vet for my dog, Fenrisulfar. And they're like, what? But we just call her Finny. So I got Finn and Levi. You'll hear me call them Finny and Lily. Because he's a boy, so I should call him Lily, right? That makes sense. Yep. So yeah, that's doggies. Yeep. Yeep beep. So okay, I'm catching up on chat now. Okay. Pretties, I have another question that could be interesting. What's my opinion on Natlan? If I'm not mistaken, we haven't seen any NPCs from Natlan, especially not in Inazuma's Rito.
We should look for a new investor. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah, I think really one of the only bits of information we have on Natlan right now is about the fact that it actually has hot springs, which to me says that it's at least a partially volcanic region. So that's cool. I am game for volcanic regions. It kind of sounds like it's gonna be Mesoamerican. So I'm thinking like Inca, Maya. We might go a little bit into North America and kind of look at like the Anasazi and things like that, which would be really cool. I would love to see a cliffside city like they do at Mesa Verde, because that would be amazing. I want to run around. Well, okay. So real talk, I've been to Mesa Verde. I've been inside the Pueblo Indian. I don't really want to call them ruins, but I guess that's what they are. Hello, Pirate's Diary. Have I read this? Oh yeah, I have. Okay, no, never mind. We're good. Yep. Okay, go away. But it would just be kind of fun to see like it reimagined, you know. I'll be able to go back to my childhood and be like, yay, but now I'm a fantasy character running around in this place instead of, like, me at age 7. Yeah. It's been a while. But, yeah, I do think it'll be a volcanic region. Because, I mean, Japan is known for its hot springs. So the fact that there's, like, no real hot springs in Inazuma, like, natively, is super weird to me. Like, really weird. So I think part of that reason is that they're gonna do that thing where they, you know, make it a Natlan thing, because volcanoes, fire. I also think we'll probably get, like, a gladiator arc, but, like, there's so little to go on for Natlan. Like, we've got basically nothing. Oh my god. Hi. Hey! Oh, that's mean. Okay, you know what? I don't like any of you.
Stabilize. I will have order.
None of you are nice to me. Oh, there's another one of you. Oh, you're way up there. Okay, fine. Ning, why do you have such really terrible auto-targeting? It's like my one gripe. My one gripe with her, like, Yanfei's auto-targeting is great, and then you've got Ning's, and I'm like, why? I get that she doesn't have the same range, but, like, can she at least auto-target well? I really wish they'd fix it, but I don't think they will. Oh, hey, we're gonna get hit by lightning. I see you in here, grass. It's my favorite place in Inazuma.
It's raining. Fetch an umbrella for me, would you?
Favorite place in Inazuma. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I have one. I don't think I have one really yet. Really don't think I have one yet. I mean, I really like Serpent's Head. Serpent's Head is fun. Yeah. Other than that, I kind of consider most of it all the same. I think Kujo Encampment actually might be my least favorite place on Inazuma, because I find it quite boring compared to everywhere else. I also don't really like the music, which is apparently why we're here. So that's the thing. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Alright, actually, I was gonna, like, do some mining or something while we were doing this. What do you think is the reason no Electro Visions were granted for a year? I actually talked about this in Ball's video, but I don't know how clear I was about that in particular. I think that, like I said earlier, I think that visions themselves are not granted by an Archon. I think elements are granted by an Archon. And I don't really think, like, an Archon's consciously giving them either. I think it's more that, like, an Archon is, like, the ideal. So in Ball's case, eternity, right? And I think that a vision is kind of given to someone regardless. It's just a matter of, like, whose ideal they resonate with more that kind of gets the element across, if that makes sense. So I think the reason why there's no Electro Visions giving out isn't because of something Ball's doing consciously. I think she's just, like, she, like Kazuha said, doesn't actually agree with her assigned ideal, so to speak,
Stabilize. Order
anymore.
guide you.
And because her ideal has changed, I think maybe it's, like, screwing with her gnosis, in the sense that, like, she can't utilize it the same way as she may normally have been able to. I don't know why there's a wooden shield miniature here. It feels weird. Am I just now noticing that it's a wooden shield? Oh, you know what? That was rude. That was so rude. You are mean, and I don't like you. I'm talking to the miniature.
It's nothing. Your life is mine.
I'm just gonna throw rocks at him until he falls over. There he goes. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, look, a tomato. That seems safe to eat. I just found a tomato on the ground. Yeah, so I think her ideal changed, and so like people can't resonate with her stuff anymore. I think that's what we're gonna find out. Something like that, you know? That's where my head is. Which means that something happened a year ago to shake Ball's, how do we say, like, her faith. Something happened a year ago that shook Ball's faith to the point where she no longer believes in her ideal. It would kind of be like if Morax, for some reason, suddenly stopped believing in the idea of a contract. It's almost unthinkable when you think about it. Or if Venti just suddenly stopped believing in freedom. I don't want to take this. You take this. What's my camera doing? Oh, there's two of you. That's why it's all freaking. We go boom, we boom, 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 boom. Where'd he go? Oh, hi. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Give me all the stuff. I want them. Oh my goodness, my ping just went nutty. I'm so sorry. Oh. I'm going to wait for my ping to settle. There it goes. That's better. Like I said, I have really terrible internet and I can't do anything about it. I am on the best internet I can get in this area. And yeah, that's it. Until they actually upgrade the office at the utility pole at the end of this road, I literally can't get any better internet, which really sucks. I have 1.5 megabits per second upload speed if I'm lucky. So that's what I'm working with.
Let's get down
Hi.
to business.
You guys seem nice.
You know a thing or two.
Submit.
They seem nice.
Useless.
Okay. Come back here. Yay. Alright, we've had enough of this team for now. Let us do something a little different. For a little bit.
Outlines your
Okay. Hey! There are people I know in here. Well, I mean, actually, I know a lot of you. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I'm looking at chat again. Blah 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 blah. It's Island XD and Whale Milk. Whale Milk, I'll never be able to take your name seriously. Because all I can think of is, like, actually milking whales, like Genshin whales. Like, you know, people who spend a lot of money on the game. I just think about milking them, but, like, literally. And then that never leads to a great mental image. I can't. I try so hard. Hi.
Spirit Blade, attack!
Where you go? Come back here. No, I don't wanna. Oh, that wasn't enough, huh? Okay. That works. Bye. Yep. Coco says, so does that mean Ball was like the Archon of transience before switching to the Archon of eternity? No, not necessarily. I think that, there is a lot of different ways to interpret the idea of eternity, right? Like,
One with my blade.
whoa, look at all these fish. They're just like randomly here. Oh, he's dead. I think there's a lot of different ways to think about eternity, right? Like, I think there's a difference between eternity that's like one moment that never changes, kind of like, you know, a body that never dies, versus the idea of a transient eternity, meaning that you have an eternal cycle of constant change. So the difference between like a phoenix, right? Because a phoenix, it's constantly dying and being reborn, and that way it's eternal, but it's still transient. I just think that Ball no longer believes in the idea of death, and the reason I think that is because there's a lot of parallelisms to Buddhist thinking in Inazuma in general. So, like,
Catch the wind.
I don't want to explain Buddhist philosophy. I really don't. I'm not the person to do that. But what I will say is that Buddhist beliefs tend to be centered around the idea of all mortals are kind of caught in this cycle of something known as Samsara. And Samsara is this act of constant reincarnation, this like endless life that we're all living in. We're sort of trapped in this cycle, right? And it's only through enlightenment that you can escape that and achieve your, like, you know, well, you can escape the cycles of eternity. So I think that's kind of where they're going with Ball. I think it's going to be more that, like, it's not so much she's not believing in eternity, she's just viewing eternity as something else. Like, she's changed her definition of what eternity is. That is the best way I can explain it.
Witness the power.
From whence you came, one with my blood. Freeze.
This seems like overkill at this point, but you know. Yeah, it's a little. I don't think I'm not prepared to explain Buddhist philosophy without, like, having a script prepared, because religion is not really my thing in terms of expertise. So I'm not the most comfortable being the one to explain it, because I feel like I'll not do it very well, and I think I'll probably offend someone who has some deeper understanding of it, or a closer connection to it, like they may actually practice Buddhism. And yeah, so that's that. But anyway, yeah. John Vincent asks, what do you think the difference is between the immovable god and the eternal euthymia? I kind of went over this in the video I have on Ball and her statue. But the immovable god, I really think it's just referencing a god that doesn't change. The Chinese translation is a little bit weird. Okay, hang on. I can't use my thing. Hang on. There we go. My buttons are working again. I tweaked it, and my X and triangle button stopped working. Which was, oh, there it is. Hi. Go away. There he goes. I lost my train of thought again. I'm gonna have to look at my thing. Oh, there's a dude over here. Hi, bye. Oh, that's not enough. I am disappointed in you. I lost my train of thought. Okay. I think there's just a lot of different ways to interpret the title. I think the Eternal Euthymia, or in the Chinese, like, her illusory bubble, is more a reference to Ball's state of mind and the eternity that she wants to perceive versus the god that she is, meaning, like, she's rigid and inflexible. That's kind of how I think about it. I think about it as, like, the god and the god's beliefs, if that makes sense. So ball and then herbal leaves. Oh, Island XD, thanks for the super chat. Was not expecting that. Congrats on your channel growth. Love your content. Thank you. I really enjoy yours as well. I'm so sorry. I'm not like the biggest commenter, but this might come as a surprise, but I'm actually subscribed to probably most every Genshin tuber. I think right now. Obviously including Milk and Island XD. I am subscribed to both. I do press like. I'm just not always someone who leaves comments, which is also why I like to leave hearts on comments people leave me, because I feel like if someone's actually got enough energy to leave me a comment, then I feel like that's just something minimal I can do. Is that guy gonna come all the way? Oh no, he's not. They're just these guys. That's fine. I thought that Abyss Mage was gonna come all the way over here. No, he ran away. And this one's... Oh, hey! What? Oh, he did come all the way over here. What a jerk! Come back here.
From whence you came.
Okay, fine.
One with my blood.
Nope, right, yep. Where'd they go? One day I will get a new controller, I swear to God. And then I'm gonna have to learn all of my buttons again. I don't really like that idea. That plan does not sound fun. But I have to do it anyway. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm actually like way behind now. Goodness.
Come on, let's get moving. We're not frozen in place after all.
Sir Toady, have you read the book in-game that talks about the star fell into the chasm, making it into what it looks like currently? I have, and then it went back up into the sky, and I still don't really know what to think about it other than the fact that it just sounds like a UFO sighting. And that it might have been a spaceship. That's it. That's all I got. That's my only thought.
Freeze. Let's get down to business.
My only thought on that.
Birds come. Oh, so sorry.
Yep. Spaceship. Chasm spaceship. That's why we haven't seen it yet. They're not ready to tell us about aliens. That's the Chasm conspiracy. And Baizu must know something. Baizu must know the aliens. Maybe he's an alien doctor, and that's why there's a snake on his neck. Nah, that snake's probably his wife. Is that weirder? Maybe.
Seems all the other knights already have their hands full.
William Nobre, is Teyvat a flat world? Probably not, because then gravity would be all fuckery. Like, if the world was flat, then gravity would be super weird. However, I think Teyvat is a round planet, but I do think the area that we get to explore is not as, how should we say, round. I think I've gone around this whole island now. We should go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else. I don't know where to go. Let's go over here, because I don't feel like I've been here. Actually, I probably have. No, we're not gonna. I want to go somewhere else. Leave me alone! There you go. I don't want to go here. I don't want to stay in the raccoon forest. We're gonna go all the way over here. We'll just go, like, here and, like, wander. I definitely think it's a planet, and I've been working on my own world structure theory for like a really long time, and the reality is, it's like I have an idea of how I think it is, or at least I have two ideas on how I think it is, but I'm not fully convinced on how the mechanics work for it yet, which is why I haven't really released anything yet. But I will say this. I think the world is structured like this. The catalyst in Klee's hand. I think that the planet that Teyvat is on looks like the pearl in the middle of this prototype amber, surrounded by a sort of satellite system with two poles like that. And I also think that that ring that goes around the pearl in the middle, I think that's the wall of the firmament, and I think it's covering one half of the planet. So in that respect, Teyvat is kind of flat, because I think Teyvat takes up one half of that pearl. And I think that Conria is on the other side of the pearl, not covered by the firmament. That's where my brain is right now, but I haven't really been able to make it work super well, just in terms of mechanics, because it's really, really complicated. And there's a lot of physics involved. And we keep getting new information, so I keep having to adjust it. But, like, I think it's super weird that, like... Oh my god, okay, hang on. Let's get out of here. I think it's super weird that... when it comes to catalysts, they all have more or less the same... There's three types of catalysts, right? These are the ring catalysts, and the ring catalysts all have basically the same idea, right? With an orb with a ring around it like that. And they all have the ring around the pearl in the center too, which is super weird. And then you have these, which I'm kind of calling like the cup, which are also completely valid. And I'm just thinking, like, these catalysts might actually be kind of planetary diagrams. I don't have these ones, so I can't see them. But I think they might actually be planetary diagrams in some way. I'm pretty convinced of this. I just haven't quite worked out some of the particulars. So this is kind of the foundation for my world structure theory that I'm working on right now, because I do think there's a firmament. I'm 100% sure of that, and I'm gonna be talking about that in the next video, I think, because I think I decided on which one I'm doing. But it's still not the world structure theory. It's like the prelude to my world structure theory. Oh, hey, you can turn ascension things on and off? That is so cool. Look at that. On, off, on, off, on, okay, on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay, this is fun. On, off, on, off. I need to stop. Okay, we're out of here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Wow. Huh?
What?
All
What's
will
going on?
be revealed in the next volume?
Wait, what is this?
Drat.
Is this like this is one just a friendship? Is this a friendship event? If this is a friendship event, I need to swap to my friendship team. Friendship team. Wacha!
You know a thing or two.
Shadows of fate.
Do 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 do. Friendship team. Hi. Thank you. Give me companionship points. Thank you muches. Okay, now we swap. We're gonna do this one for a bit. Because why not? Oh. Wait. Anfei, what do you have? Dodoko. Okay, that's fine. Wait, why do you have Dodoko? Oh, because I have Lost Spurs on Mona, that's why. That's fine. We'll swap. Yeah. So those are current thoughts. Those are current thoughts. Those are my current thoughts. Yeah. Freddy's thoughts on Arataki Ito and his sidekick. Any theories on whether they are the main characters or side characters of Inazuma's story? Last question, I promise. You can ask as many questions as you want. There's no limit. No, you may not go outside. You've been out all day. I hope Arataki Ito has a big buff model, because we need some buff models for both males and females. I would greatly appreciate that. I don't know if we'll get it, but we might.
Submit for judgment. One
You know?
with flame. One with nature.
Rain outlines your fate.
As one with wind and cloud.
Okie dokies.
Freeze.
One day we'll get him. You know, it's just weird because, like, we've got all of these
Get frostbite.
characters mentioned for Inazuma. Like, there's so many. But at the same time, like, when are we gonna get them? I really have no idea. It feels like such a long shot, because we still haven't finished the reruns from all of the characters that have been out already. And I don't know when we're gonna get to a point where we can, like, have more Inazuma characters. Like, we have so many that we're expecting. Like, we're getting Ball and Kokomi, and we still have to get Goro and Toma, and potentially Arataki Ito, and maybe friggin' Ayaka's brother, because he's mentioned among other things. Like, there's a lot of characters we're waiting on. Like, a lot of characters. And then, oh yeah, of course, Yai's we're still waiting on. There's a good chance that Scaramouche is going to become playable in one of the next patches, because if he doesn't, like, when would he ever become playable? You know what I mean? Like, if he's not soon, then when? Maybe never? So that's a lot of banners. That's a lot of, and then there's probably some 4 stars we haven't even thought of or met yet, you know? Like, I don't know. Anyway, Arataki Ito is like, wow. I don't understand the Thunder Lawa Churl, because he, like, well, okay, I don't understand, like, this one attack he has, that one where he lunges. It confuses me. Because, like, all of the other ones, they don't lunge needlessly, they lunge with purpose, but this one's like, no, I'm just gonna, like, fling myself halfway across the map for no apparent reason. We will heal Changyan while we're here. If Yai ends up being a 4-star, I will laugh. I don't think there's no way she's a 4-star. There's no friggin' way. But if they did, I think that would be super funny. Like, super funny. Since Sumeru is up next, I feel like we'll get a character for our introduction to Dendro and Inazuma. Yes! But technically, we've already met someone from... Well, that's not true. We've already met a Dendro person. And if you've read the manga, then you probably know of at least one character from Sumeru, which is Sino. He's also in the Travail trailer, if you've seen that. Yeah. Yeah. No. Ow.
That hurts.
Jeez. I got hit by that pretty hard.
Rain cutter.
Get frostbite. Freeze.
That was mean. He's still alive? Oh my god. You know, some days I don't know. Some days you just get zapped, you know? You stuff your finger in the light switch. And you have no space for your artifacts. Right! What am I raising? Probably none of these. Probably not that one. Probably none of these. Shoot. I'm gonna have to raise something. I don't want to raise that one, though. I don't really want to raise this one either. But I guess
There are leaves around.
Just enough to have some space. Okay.
And I know.
Give me my thing. I don't think Sino is a pyrovision. That thing on his belt is not a vision. It's just a gem. I checked. I know I can sell artifacts, but like, you have to understand something. Oh my god. Controller issues. I have to like go through all of these. And I don't want to. There's a lot to go through. This is like this is my only space of like things I'd just like be willing to sell. Everything else I actually have to like legitimately go through. And I don't want to.
No, my sword.
So, yeah. I don't go through 3 stars. There's a lot of 5 stars, Whale Milk. There's a lot of 5 stars. I don't want to go through them. It's such a pain. Okay, you know what? You know what? Fine. Fine. I'll tell you what. Just because you said so. Fine. I'll go through some of them. If you find this boring, you can blame this on Whale Milk. This is all his fault. No, not that one. I know none of these are all that great, but I have a policy. The policy is if it has 2 or more flat stats, then it goes in the trash. If it doesn't, then I'll look at it closer later. That's the policy. One more. This one's fine. And boom. Happy now? What do we got? Nothing good. Oh, that one's okay. Yep, nothing good. Hope you're happy now. Feardos360. Do you care about the controversy around Yoimiya? No, I don't. At all. Like, you know what? People who like meta. People who don't. And my policy is that you should just play who you like. You know, build your faves, live your dream, that kind of thing. You know? Like, I don't build characters I don't like. Right? If you look at my roster, I am incredibly biased. Alright? I need some books. I just don't feel like farming them. I am incredibly biased about who I'm building. Right? like, I should probably finish Yanfei one day. But, like, I don't put a whole... I get my characters that I use but don't really care too much about to, like, level 6 talents and enough ascensions to unlock their extra thing. But other than that, I don't do much. Oh, that's right, I still need to, like, finish her one day. That, yeah, I don't want to. But, like, I just don't care enough about that kind of stuff. Like, you can do really well in Abyss just by learning rotations and building a good team with good synergy. I think Yoimiya is actually a very balanced character, and I quite like her. I think if I had one complaint about her, it's that she has an internal cooldown that's really weird. Like, she can only pop her burst 3 times. Like, the pyro application for her burst can only happen like 3 times during its entire duration, which is kind of weird to me. I feel like it would make more sense if it was like a lower multiplier, but then maybe a slightly higher AoE and like less internal cooldown, because the cooldown just does not make any sense. But it's really like everything on her kit that I have issues with is more about the internal cooldown than anything else. But even then, like, she's got the same problems Yanfei does. Like, Yanfei is a normal attacker. Her burst really isn't that important. Her skill doesn't even really matter compared to Yoimiya's. And, like, she applies so much friggin' pyro that she has a hard time vaping, too. So, I don't think it's an issue. I've seen Yoimiya hit ridiculous numbers with very little effort. So, I don't know what the problem is. I really don't. I would much rather have a Yoimiya than a Ganyu. I think Ganyu is broken in a bad way. Because I don't feel like she's very balanced. I feel like every part of her kit is just kind of busted.
Time to go.
And so I like Yoimiya for that reason. And I think it's good that she doesn't play like Amber. But that's just me. I don't think they'll buff her either, just for the record. I think they've made the character they want to. I think if they do buff her, they'll change her internal cooldowns. I think that's it. I think that's what they'll do, if they get enough backlash for it. But I also don't think they will get enough backlash for it, and I think they know that because Ball is next, and I don't think enough people are going to care in the same way that they cared about Zhongli, to make that change happen. So, I personally just think it's a non-issue. I think she's fine. People just aren't used to things being like super single target, but there's a lot of really interesting missed opportunities I think people have with trying to get creative with her. Like, I saw MOBA and Chill do like a really cool build with her where it was all Thundering Fury. Like, she had a 4-piece Thundering Fury, and so she could keep 100% uptime on her skill, which was awesome. This was basically like a sacrificial effect almost, but without the sacrificial bow. So you could use basically whatever bow you wanted to. I thought that was really cool because that's one way to make her skill work for you. And if you use an off-field unit, like say Beidou or Fischl, to do damage, well, mostly Fischl, I guess, you could technically pop Yoimiya's burst and have Fischl be the one to proc it while she's off-field. I lost the thing. Where'd he go? I have no idea. Where did he go?
Time to go.
Is it this? Nope. Where did the Tanuki go? Well, now I'm just sad. Okay, well, bye, little dude. I don't know where you went, but bye. Yeah. Yep. Henage, would I be able to turn my volume up slightly? No, this is actually as loud as the volume goes. But the good news is I have a microphone in the mail, like an actual proper one. So this should be the last stream where this audio thing is an issue. Where the heck did he go? Oh, there he is. Okay, where is he going this time? And then he just poofs! Oh my god, I hate him. Oh, are you gonna make me actually, like, set these on fire? Fine. That's mean, but whatever. Thank you for the single artifact. I wanted that. Ah, okay. Sorry, catching up on chat. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, I am so far behind. Good lord. Broodman, do you think we'll get the real Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius as a playable character? Yes. Yes, I do. 100% I do. It's either that or Varka's dead. I don't think they'll kill Varka. I really don't. I think Varka knows too much. I think he'll show up eventually. Which is kind of why I wonder if Arataki Ito will be a buff model, because if Varka shows up with a friggin' build that looks like this, I think I'm just gonna be really pissed. You know what I mean? Like, he's described as being massive, and if he looks like Zhongli and he's kind of like slender, I'm gonna be like, what? What? You know what I mean? So yeah. I think he'll be fine. But I don't think he'll be for a while. Like, I don't think he'll be until like even post Sumeru. Oh my god, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Yeah. Oh my god, I am so far. Why am I so far behind? Did my chat like freeze? Jesus.
The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
Feardos 360. Oh goodness. Do you think we will get the Dendro element before Sumeru or when the Chasm comes? I think we'll get the Chasm as a prelude to Sumeru. And I think we'll get Dendro then. And I think it'll be Baizu that brings us there because he's the only Dendro character we know of. But yeah. Well, I mean, I think we have to get Dendro before Sumeru, which means we're gonna get Dendro in 2022. At the latest. Some point in 2022, we'll get Dendro. But, like, when you introduce an entirely new element, this is kind of what I was talking about with, like, so many characters in Inazuma, right? That we haven't even seen yet.
Motion to compel.
Poor guy. We have so many characters we haven't even seen in Inazuma, and we're gonna have to introduce, like, a buttload of just Dendro characters when Sumeru comes around. Which is nuts. That's, like, just nuts when you think about it, right? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. We only really know of 2. And Yao Yao isn't really a leak because she was on an official piece of artwork. Granted that most people haven't seen, and that's really the only thing we know about her is her name, and that she's Dendro, and that she's from Liyue, and that she was on an official piece of artwork with Chi-Chi, and that's all we know. One thing I'll be interested in seeing, and I think I'm gonna be really surprised and disappointed, because Theater Mechanicus is coming back, and I was predicting that when Theater Mechanicus came back, that we'd have a Dendro Tower, and I don't think we're gonna get a Dendro Tower. Which is really disappointing to me. Oops. I find that incredibly disappointing. I feel like a Dendro Tower would have been a fantastic way to introduce us to Dendro reactions without having Dendro characters. We're also going to be having to get like a whole bunch of new Dendro enemies, because we've only got 2. We've got the Dendro Samaturl, and we've got the Dendro Slime. You know, that's it. That's all we got. So there's a lot that has to come with that. And so I feel like that's going to be like all of 2022 is like Dendro everything. They can't remove the element now unless they decide to like blow up Sumeru and be like, oops, sorry, you can't go there. And just take us straight to like Fontaine. While we debunk the mystery of what happened to Sumeru and Baizu suddenly becomes a Geo user. And he's like, well, I've never used Geo powers before, but hey, guess I throw rocks now. Yeah, anyway. Sorry, that was a tangent. That was a tangent. Affin Pathan, will MiHoYo be able to keep up with lore depth and content quality for other nations as the current 3 regions? I think yes, yes, and yes.
Ready.
The reason is I'm fairly convinced that MiHoYo has most of the game already written. At least as far as like a world building perspective goes. Okay, fine.
I got careless.
Ba-boom! Ha! Breath of the flame!
This will do.
Scary.
Incinerate!
I mean, I have a Diona. I should just like do that thing right. Come back here. The one thing I don't like about using Beto against these guys is like they tend to go out of her range for when I counter, because I'm not good at like instant countering. But anyways, Broodman, do you do viewer polls? No, I do not. I don't trust myself to go into somebody else's account. What if I accidentally delete something? I don't want that kind of responsibility. That's way too much power. Also, my luck is terrible. I have never won a 50-50. Ever. Full stop. Period. Never won one. I guess you could argue that I won the 50-50 for, like, the Jade Cutters that I have, because I have an R2 Jade Cutter. But I was actually going for the Primordial Jade Wing Spear, so I don't feel like that's winning the 50-50. So, like... And on the weapon banner when you pull... Oh my god. On the weapon banner when you pull and you get one of the focus weapons, you're technically winning a 75-25. And then after that, you have to win the 50-50. And I've never won the 50-50. I guess you could say I won it with Klee, but I was never going for Klee. She came in at like 10 pulls. And I had just like thrown some free fates at the banner and she showed up, and then never again. So I lost it for Xiao, I lost it for Shangli, and I lost it pre-Kazuha before I decided I was gonna pull for him. So like, yep. Which is why, right now, I have stockpiled 20,000 gems. Because, and I've got enough pulls on the banner that, like, I can guarantee pity twice. Because I'm pretty sure I'll lose the 50-50 again. So trust me, you do not want me pulling on your account. So I don't want to do that. Yep. That's my thing. Candy, do I play Honkai? If you do, will you do vids on it? I do not play Honkai. I mean, like, I've played it, but one gotcha is enough for me. I thought someone else was gonna come at me, but I guess not. I've played, and I do like the story, and I try to keep up a little bit with it, but again, like, one gotcha is plenty for me. So, yeah. And if the question is, will I play Honkai, like, and do vids of it? Probably not. I have a lot more interest in Honkai's universe than I do in Honkai's characters. they don't appeal to me all that much, and so I don't find the game itself to be all that fun because I don't really vibe with any of the characters. No, you're not going outside. Stop asking me. Stop ringing the bells. No. Oh, here he comes. Hi, Levi. Yeah, hello. Yep, you're in for the night. You know that. You've been out all day. You're in for the night. Come on, sit down. Hi, Grass. Thanks for the super chat. If the Jade Cutter is a sword that's green and it cuts things, does that make it a grass cutter? Well, if that's the case, you better watch out, huh? Oh, goodness.
Sometimes the
If you've just joined, Levi is my dog.
The two conflict. Balancing the two is
But he's one of my dogs. I have two. So if you hear me talk to Levi or Fenris or just randomly start talking to somebody who sounds like they're not there, I'm talking to a dog.
Motion to compel.
I know they're not people and they can't understand me. That's not gonna make me stop talking to them like they are.
Inadmissible evidence.
Run, Yunfei, run!
Think you can bully me? Incinerate!
Yes. Yeah, again, like, Yanfei is fine, so why wouldn't Yoimiya be fine? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Levi is not named after Attack on Titan. His full name is Leviathan. He's named after a sea monster. But I call him Lily or Levi. Hey, the Chadford! Thank you so much for the super chat. Any theories on what Seelies actually are and how they fit into the story? We have some information about Seelies. They appear to be dead people. Like ghosts. I mean, at least if any of the books are to be believed at all. There was a Seelies civilization, so as far as we know, that was one of the oldest civilizations in Genshin. But Seelies Civ is not really my area of expertise, but I will be covering it in a video that I'm planning on making in the future, so I'll probably talk about it more then, but the blue Seelies and the orange Seelies right now are pretty much dead people from, like, one of the earliest civilizations. Electro Seelies, on the other hand, are kind of weird, and I'm not really sure where they fit in. But yeah. Do you see dead people? Because I do. What is with this thing's hitbox? Why can I only stab the tree? Oh my god. Really? I want to do more than stab the... Okay, nope, fine. I see how it is. Stupid trees. Stupid trees!
Adventure time!
It's taunting me. Have I been this way? I feel like I'm just wandering around in circles. Let's go somewhere else. Like where I haven't been. Oh wow, when did I hit 100% on this island? Well, that makes me sad. Let's go somewhere where I'm not 100%, where I will be less sad. Piston, any theory about the clock above Marjorie's store? No. I have looked into it on and off, but I find that clock so frustrating that I am actually 100% on this one too. Okay. Well, maybe we'll go somewhere else for a bit. I'm gonna go back to Leeway for a while. Actually, we're gonna go to Mondstadt for a bit, because there is something I want to do. Yeah, so... Oh my goodness. I hate Marjorie's clock. We have, on the Conria Discord server, we bring up that clock every now and again to talk about it, and honestly, no one's been able to come up with anything that's, like, really stuck. That clock is super weird because pieces of it are missing. We've tried taking, like, the white line ciphers around the edge of it and actually running it through a cipher code. or a cipher shift rather, just to see if we can get it to say anything, kind of like the robots in Dragonspine, and we can't. And so I've just hit a dead end with it, and I've chosen to ignore it. There might be something eventually that shows up that, I don't know, will give some more insight to that clock above Marjorie's store, but for right now, like, I got nothing. I really got nothing regarding that clock. It annoys me. I don't like looking at it. Because I keep being like, tell me your secrets, and it's like, no, I don't wanna. And I'm like, you little bastard. And then it smirks at me, which is why I don't do commissions in Mondstadt anymore. Bailiff, do you think banner reruns are going to be a thing? Aren't they already a thing? We do have banner reruns. We just haven't had them in a while. I don't think we'll have any more reruns for a while either, unless I want to go on like a 2-week rotation for them, which I don't think they will, but they might. You never know. Where am I going? I wanted to go this way. I have a spot where there's like a couple of crystal flies that I want to grab. Hello, my pretties. Come to me. No, don't fly away. Come back. Oh. Goodbye, little one. Hey, look, it's Celestia. Mine. Ronikel, any insight about what's happening in the Mondstadt hotel full of the Fatui? No idea. Sorry, I don't have any answers for that. I think they're just being housed there for now. I'm sure they've got some other weird base of operations, but Eula doesn't seem to think it's a problem, so it's probably not. Oh, hey, I missed that one. Oh, he ran away. Okay, too late. I tried. Come back! You I will not miss! Come here! Mine. I mean, Eula went after a completely different base of Fatui, so I don't think she thinks that whatever's going on in the hotel is that big of a deal. I think the hotel might actually be full of legitimate delegates, because I do think the Fatui do some things that are on the up and up, you know? I don't think most things they do are on the up and up, but I do... Oh, hey, I scared him. Goodbye. I did not mean to do that. Oh, well. No, not you. But yeah, so that's that. Stargazer, have you ever considered doing a character lore video series for Genshin? I have, but I don't know that I will, because there are a bunch of people, including Teyvat Historia and the Laughing Man, among, just to name a couple, who have done really nice ones. And I think those are really good, and I don't think I need to do anything to add to those. The thing about lore videos, as opposed to a theory video, is that a theory video, even if it's a similar theory to somebody else, like say, if two people are doing the same theory about Seelies, the two content creators are going to have two totally different ideas about what happened there, and they're going to have different executions and all that other kind of stuff. But when it comes to doing lore of the characters, mostly what you can do is just read people the story. And a lot of times it's just the character story that's in the description that you can get on Honey or any other site, you know, like the wiki and whatnot. So I haven't really thought too much about doing character stories. What I am interested in is doing like a beginner's guide to Mondstadt story, lore video, where we go over like the history of Mondstadt pre when we arrived. Because I think that kind of thing is much harder to read, and that's more the type of lore video that I would like to do. But we'll see. I've noticed that not a lot of new character lore videos have been coming out lately.
On dry land for so long.
So we'll see. I don't think I will. I have so many theories that I want to do in a limited amount of time anyway, and I know that the more content we get, the more theories I'm gonna get. So I kind of want to dedicate more time to just being able to do theories. That's where my head is for now. Oh, yeah, and if you guys are interested in getting, like, a full write-up on different characters and it's not on the wiki, here's a shameless plug for the Conria Lore server and for the Conria Lore project. There is a website specifically for it, and I know a few of you have asked me previously for a link that hasn't expired. Which I will get to, or maybe Chia will do it. She might put some stuff in the chat here, and if she does, I'll pin it. Yeah, but that's a really good place to get like a nice coherent write-up that's not just a verbatim, you know, dump of a character's story that you can read easily and get. There's also lots of in-depth character analyses and everything else like that, which a lot of people might be interested in. Alongside some speculation, in some cases. And also some character relationship analysis, which is something that I think we overlook a lot. And I don't mean, like, ship charts. I mean, like, the relationships between two people. Like, say, Kazuha is part of Beto's crew. Like, that's a relationship that they have. So we often have those sorts of things on there as well. So if you're interested, I will post links to that. Because that is also a really fantastic resource. There was talk of doing some videos regarding those two, but I don't really know where that conversation ended up. I don't remember. I don't remember. Got the memory of a goldfish. Vitharian, wait, are Seelies remnants from the first Impact? What were the originals from Honkai? I don't think there's any connection to Honkai. In regards to Seelies. Or to Seal from Honkai, for that matter. I think that part is kind of just coincidental, in terms of names. Although it's interesting to note that Seal in Honkai is the Hersher of Death, if I remember correctly. And Seelies, in that case, are kind of like dead people. Remnants of a dead civilization. So that's a connection, kind of. You could argue that one. Yeah. Side-eye clone, is Catherine a robot? She says error and rebooting. Short answer, probably.
Stabilize.
Long answer, it's complicated. There's a lot of speculation about Catherine and the Adventurers Guild in general. We don't have a whole lot of concrete information. I have a current theory right now that Catherine is actually one single person and is not a robot, but like a normal person, and that we actually haven't seen the real Catherine yet. I think that all of the Catherines that we've seen thus far are, I don't want to say clones or robots necessarily, but let's say, like, speakers, right? Okay, so say you're in, like, a really big building, and, like an intercom system. That's what it's called, the intercom system. Like, you have a different speaker in every room, and, like, there's one person in a control room somewhere, and, that person who's in the control room can basically ping any room and talk to you. That's kind of how I see Catherine. I see Catherine as being like an actual physical person who is somewhere else, and then she kind of dials in to whichever Catherine needs to be active at any given time, and those Catherines are what's the robot. So it's a complicated answer. That's my theory on Catherine currently, but I have nothing else obviously to back it up. It's just entirely speculation. Please don't take that as fact. I have to add that as a disclaimer because sometimes it sounds like I'm very, very confident in what I'm saying, and it's not actually 100% true. So, yeah. Just, yeah. Throwing that out there. Can I have this, please? I want that. Gimme. And you will not pass. Oh, hi. I gotta wait. No. Just pass out. Thank you. Yay! He passed out. Click. I'm catching up, I'm way up high. Why doesn't this thing scroll with me? Marry a Clary. You know, in the We Will Be Reunited quest, the Abyss Twin calls Dainsleif Dane, just like Paimon did since we met him. I mean, it can mean nothing, but I just can't forget it. Yup, it's kind of weird. It's like people just want to, like, not use his whole name, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it's just, like... I don't know if it's like that in both translations. Like, I don't know if it's like that in English and Chinese. That's actually worth looking into, because there might be a reason for that. Who knows? That'd be really interesting to look at. I'd be interested in looking into that. And I might. I'm actually going to be, I am going to be doing a We Will Be Reunited Revisited video, because I wasn't making videos when that came out at the time. So I never really got to do a full analysis on it, and I'd like to, because I have additional thoughts I would like to add in light of recent event and new information and all other kind of stuff. So I do plan on doing that next, actually. I'm probably going to do that next. So stay tuned for that, I suppose. I might look into the name thing then. We'll see. It's funny. I see mentions to the moon and the abyss. I will be referencing that as well, because I think they all kind of matter together. Yep.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that
Ryan
come across
Smith,
Leo
theory on
tend
the
to stay
Traveler
a while.
and the final
So it is where many
Seelie.
things come to settle.
Whale Milk stealing my timeline videos. I'm not stealing your timeline videos. I won't do that. I'm not actually going to do a recursive loop timeline theory video. It's I have no interest in talking about timelines. Where am I going? I'm going this way. I don't know that I agree with the timeline thing in terms of like time loop. I don't really. But, like, I'm heavily biased against time loops, just to be clear, because I don't like time travel in general in video games, unless it's something that doesn't take itself too seriously. I feel like Genshin would be one of those games that would take itself really seriously with time travel, so I don't think... I would like to see it in there, so I'm not gonna try and make it fit. So, wait, I went the wrong way. Where am I going? I'm going either way. Hang on. I jumped off the wrong cliff. Only in video games can you say that I jumped off the wrong cliff. Yeah. No, I actually want to look at the Spiral Abyss as it relates to the We Will Be Reunited quest, which I don't think anyone else has done, but if they have, point me to them if you can, because I'd be interested in seeing what other people have to say about it. And maybe it's not necessary for me to make a video on it, who knows. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Agniva, so you like lore about places instead of characters. I like lore about characters. What I don't like is, I don't really want to, like, create a video and put a lot of effort into a video where it's basically just me reading an edited version of someone's character story, right? Because, like, the character stories here are very in-depth, and they basically cover more or less what you need to know. So I feel weird making videos on this when it's basically like, here you go, you could just read your character story. Maybe there'll become a day when there's more lore surrounding a character that would require something else. I think those should be more character analysis videos, which I think are a little bit different from just having lore videos. regarding characters. But again, I think that lore regarding places and the world at large and its general history are harder to just go and read somewhere, because it's not like we just got a book in game called The History of Mondstadt. You know, we actually have to read like 15 books and then go to multiple places and then talk to a bunch of people and kind of piece it all together and remember all these names and read these artifact sets and like all that kind of stuff, you know. So I like to do those more because they feel more like I've put a lot more work into them, and that most people probably won't go through the effort of doing what I did. So it adds more value that way. I feel like if I wanted to do character lore, it would be better served as like a shorter write-up than a video. But maybe, I don't know, maybe like a short would be okay. I don't know. I don't have too much interest in it, I guess. So many other people have done it because they love the character so much, and I just think that they are better suited to it than I am.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Spookism. It would be cool to see a lore video on Mona.
But where are those
yeah,
who
so
share the memory?
I take back a couple of the things I said. There are a couple characters that I would really like to go into, but again, I don't think those are lore videos. I think those are character analysis videos, which are different because they contain a lot more speculation than they do fact. And I think those are interesting. Mona is a character I would like to do that for. Stop talking! Mona is a character I would like to do that for because she's got so many suspicious things. But yeah, kind of like what I did for Ball, but a little bit. Anyway. Oof, 92. So you hit 10K 2 days ago and now you're at 16K. Are you duping subs? No, we got raided by Tectone. So, he started watching one. This happened yesterday. He apparently was watching one of my videos, I guess the Ball one, on his stream, and then he decided to raid my channel, and so like 5,000 or 6,000 people showed up while I was at work and started like just leaving comments, and my phone's going ballistic the entire time. And I was very confused. Very lost.
1,
for like
2,
6 hours.
3,
Because I was not at home.
4, 2, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
Mokumira, we watched like 3 or 4 videos on his stream. Oh my. Yeah, that was a raid. That was a result of a raid. That is not normal. But we basically, like, I don't know. I was not prepared for these numbers. I'm still not. I'm so sorry. I don't even have the right equipment for this kind of stuff. I feel so underprepared. Book Fanatic 832, thank you so much for your super chat. I got introduced to you through Tectone, and I've enjoyed a lot of your videos so far. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Hey, do you know what?
What videos did you guys watch anyway? I know the
neither
Ball
do
one.
I.
Okay, stop talking, Chi-Chi. Shush. I know you guys watched the Ball one, but what other videos did you guys watch? Because I went through so many comments in such a short period of time that I'm like, it's still a little bit of a daze. I don't remember a whole lot. Where am I going? I was going this way. I'm going this way. Yeah, okay. Chat moves fast. I'm not used to chat moving fast. Drago Mind. Our Genshin and Honkai connected Tectone was very against the idea. Yeah. So this is kind of one of those things that's very contentious, and part of the reason why I don't bring a lot of Honkai into my theory videos is because I think a lot of people share that opinion. So I like to keep it as far out of the conversation as I can. The reality is that MiHoYo has outright stated that they are both part of the same multiverse, and they share no direct connection. So like, I guess the thing is that the stories will never naturally overlap, in the sense that you'll need to know about one in order to understand something that happened in another. But a lot of the stuff that shows up are kind of Easter eggy, so to speak. And I think that kind of thing is fine. Companies are really well known for doing that, where they put multiple of their games in the same multiverse. That's pretty common. So I think that kind of thing is okay. But yeah. Friday, use slow mode. Do I have a slow mode? I'm not really sure how a lot of these things work yet. I'm very inexperienced streamer. Like a very inexperienced streamer. And video producer. I've only really been doing this for like a couple of months and just kind of casually. And yeah, so what I know is very limited. I'm learning. Slowly but surely. Well, I guess that's not true. I've technically been doing YouTube for like a couple years, but I was doing like Fire Emblem Hero videos where I would like record things on my phone and only on my phone, and I don't think that counts. I really don't think that counts. It shouldn't count. If it does count, it shouldn't count. Hi. Boop. Boop. Bye. Click, click. Jeez. Oh yeah, Tectone wants you on his stream. Yeah, everyone said that, but he did not say anything like that, and I don't really believe you, so I'm gonna just pretend that that's not a thing until he says so. Because I'm still not sure my brain can process that. I'm not at the point where I can process that. It's one of those like does not compute things. You know, like when people say knowing isn't the same thing as believing? It's that. It's like that. It's like that. You know, ever since Inazuma came around, like, the ore distribution on the map is super weird, and I don't like it. I used to have, like, a really reliable route for ore, and now I don't. Because Inazuma, like, messes with spawn times, and it's kind of weird. Anyway. Oh, hey, look, an Eye of the Storm. Let me go fight that. J-Trap mentioned in Tears of Themis.
Osmanthus
Yeah,
is the same as I remember.
That one also looks like a pretty neat
where
game.
are those who
But again, I
share
can only handle one gacha game at a time. I'm not good at multiples. I can't do it. Can't do it. Book Fanatic, do I have a favorite character in Genshin? I do. Here's one of them. I like Xiao. I like Xiao. I like Zhongli. I love Kaya. I love Beidou. And Yanfei is probably me if she wore pants. I don't like shorts. I really like Kazuha. I really like Rosaria. But I don't really have a space for Rosaria. She came to my party so late. I'll probably find a space for her. But yeah. Love me some Yanfei, some Beidou, some Kaya, and some Xiao, and some Zhongli. And some Scaramouche.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
I do love me some Scar. I like small and angry characters. The smaller they are, the angrier they must be. That is my rule.
Solidify.
Too late. Auto-targeting the Eye of the Storm is the worst.
It's nothing. Huh. You are like
You just like... That works. Money! I got 600 Mora. I think it's so weird that those things don't drop anything. I missed Albedo. I'm kind of upset that I missed Albedo. But, like, at the time, I was saving for Xiao, and I had no idea when his banner was going to be. And I really, 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 really wanted him, so I couldn't risk pulling for him because I wanted Zhongli more than Albedo. And I could only take one of them.
Solidify.
Because, again, I've never won a 50-50. So, had to make a tough choice. So I'm waiting for Albedo's rerun, and hopefully he comes at a time when I can afford to pull for him. I'm looking forward to Toma, though. Oddly enough. I would like Toma. Huddy202, do you think there's any lore behind the character death animations, specifically the fading Thanos snap animations? Yes. I do. You want to hear my theory? Do you want to hear my theory? Do you? Do you? Do you want to hear my theory on the whole thing where we die? I'll tell you my theory. It involves
There's
this
still a
guy.
long road ahead.
Whoops. I meant to change my party. Hang on.
Commodities back and forth.
Excusez-moi. This one, please. Thank you. Give to me. Ita! Ita! Okay. So you see this guy? I think this guy is actually this lady, and this lady, and this one, and this all at the same time. How is that possible, you ask? Because Ether and Lumine can shapeshift. Dun dun dun! Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. I have been speculating for a while that we don't actually have any of these characters in our party. They do not come with us. I've been speculating that we actually have a unique power that's not explained to us in the game, which is why we only have 2 passives and not 3. Because our third passive is actually shapeshifting, or wishing, which is just something that's like a total game mechanic. And when you think about it, it starts to make sense. So, when we wish on stars, we get constellations. But it doesn't make any sense for characters themselves to join us just because we wished on a star, right? But it does make sense if the stars are rocks, or pieces of ley lines like Irminsul fruit, that we would summon down their memories or parts of their data or personality and kind of download them, right? So because we got their constellation, right? Because we got their constellations here. Oh, hang on. Because we got their constellations here, these, right? Because we got these stars. Now we can unlock another piece of that character's memory. So effectively what we're doing is just taking their shape and using their powers. So this is us using powers just in its raw form, right? And this is us using Beto's powers, and we take on her skin and everything. And that's why we can only use 1 character at a time. And in co-op, there's just 4 travelers. That's my theory. So I think the fading death animation, where we kind of like fade into stars and whatnot, I think that has everything to do with us actually just losing our constellation ability for a bit. Like we've drained that battery, so to speak. That's my theory. That was a really long explanation for a very simple question. I'm so sorry. Slimes, get away from me. I want violet grass. I don't know why I want violet grass. I don't have any use for it. But I want violet grass, I guess. Give me the grass. Mwahaha. Okay, maybe we'll go back to Inazuma now. I'm done here. I did what I wanted to do. Look at this sea of stars. Look at it. Look at it. It's also weird that this is just a grid. It really wigs me out. I don't like it. Yep. Vifarian, wouldn't the characters like stars and memories like the Fallen Stars event, so the characters we wish for are memories? Yes, basically that. So I guess basically what I'm saying is that Unreconciled Stars was an explanation of how wishing works. Look at this stupid galaxy. I hate this stupid thing. It's so pretty, but like it drives me crazy. I have a whole theory about this. It's incoming. But not tonight. We're not doing that tonight. We're actually going to wrap up here in a little bit. Yeah, okay. Aaron D. If Paimon was the Welkin Moon, though, and the shop is called Paimon's Bargains, meaning she's the only one who exchanges Primogems for fates, means that she's the one manipulating fate for us. Oh, there's a lot to unpack there. But one thing I want to point out is that if Paimon is the name of a demon, which it is from the Ars Goetia, then she's kind of like a devil, and we are effectively making deals with the devil every time we buy stuff from her. Also, Paimon's really interested in star glitter and stardust. So you gotta wonder, what is Paimon doing with star glitter and stardust? That she's giving us all her treasures, because she's like super money grubby and like, she's all about treasure, and where does she store it? She doesn't have any pockets. So I feel like she might have a pocket dimension, like a teapot that's just full of stuff. And then she's like, hey, traveler, if you give me pieces of stars, I'll give you stuff. And Aether's like, yeah, sure, whatever. That's fine. I like stuff. I think it's weird. I think it's weird. Jace, wait, so when we resonate with the statues, we are imprinted with the basic abilities of the Archon, who we later collect more memories of in wishing, giving us their full abilities. Yeah, to an extent, yeah. Basically, yeah. Because, like, when you think about it, yeah. Basically, the Traveler gets a watered-down version of the Archon's abilities, just at base. Which is kind of weird when you think about it. This is also weird right here. I wonder if this is like... You know what? Is there a cannon nearby? No, there's not. This is not an area for that. Oh, that's unfortunate. I just recently found out that you can shoot the cannon at other areas and it will actually blow up spaces other than Tatarasuna and give you chests and stuff. And I'm still kind of upset about it. Hi. Where did he go? Hi. Where did he go? What a little jerk. Come back here. Now where'd he go?
Lightning flash!
Is he down below? I don't know where he went. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. He can go away. Ah! Broodman, do I ship anyone in Genshin? No. I don't. I actually have, I think a fairly unique stance on shipping in general. I don't hate it, but I'm someone who doesn't like to be disappointed. So I tend to not try to ship people because I really want to enjoy the story that I'm having told. So like if I do a ship, I try to go for ships that I feel like are canon because I want to not be disappointed later. So like if it's pretty obvious that two characters are going to end up together in a game, then I'll be like, yeah, okay, that ship might be cute, it might not, and I might enjoy it and I might not. But like to the point of actively wanting to seek out content for ships, I have exactly 2 ships out of every series I have ever watched or played that I will actually actively seek out content for. Everything else is either something that's like, oh, that's cute, or oh, that's nice artwork, or that's weird. And that's kind of it. Yep. I try not to get involved too much in shipping. I don't care enough. I just don't care enough. Yeah. Shipping discourse. Good times. But I'm not at the point where I would like ruin anyone's fun over it. Like if someone wants to ship something, they can ship something. I do prefer if people ship things that like have characters that actually have interactions. I feel like these days, this sounds weird, but like I might be asking too much for people to ship characters that have some level of chemistry, but like nowadays I'm just like, can they have at least spoken to each other before you ship them? Because that would be kind of cool. But again, I don't care enough to waste any real energy on it, but yeah. Thank you, Fontaine, for the super chat. Hey, Ashy, do you like jazz? Unironically, yes, I like jazz. But yeah, hey, girly. I like jazz. We're never getting over that, are we? Ever. And it's like completely out of context now, too. Yep. Did it just like give me 3 fish? Is that what this thing? Okay, that was weird. Liz, what are the 2 ships that I do like? I'm not sharing. Mostly because they're really obscure. Mostly because they're really obscure. But that's also par for the course for me. I'm a sucker for a good romance, but I'm not a sucker for most ships. But good romances are so hard to find in modern media. A lot of it's just like kind of really weak love at first sight stuff, and I'm like, that's not chemistry. That's just sex, and it's not the same thing. I guess I'm too picky. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I see a Seelie that I haven't gotten, apparently. Have a great night, Will Milk. Thank you for the super chat. Love the stream. Keep up the good work. I'm out of here because sleep. Looking forward to the next video. I am looking forward to yours as well, but again, no pressure. No pressure, but I really liked the last one. It was really good. I need an Electroculus. I don't know where there is one. Is it an Electroculus or an Electroculus? There's a question. Here's another question. Does it matter? Probably not. I think I'm probably missing it. It's probably like really... there it is. Yeah, see? Totally obvious right there. Hi! get him? I can't see him. No, we did not. How do we get him? I know a cheating way to get him. But they wouldn't make us have, like, a special character to do this. Where did it go? I lost it! Oh, there he is. Hi! This is why I don't like the Electro Seelies. I lose them! Electro Seelies are super weird lore-wise, because they don't use the same thingy. It's a secret. Do you think in Tevat they call romantic chemistry alchemy? Romantic alchemy. Let me seduce you with my test tubes. No, that'd be a little odd. Just a little bit. Oh, hey, right. This is that place. Yeah, no, we're not going in there. We're not going in there. Romantic chemia. McSmoosh, I think I missed a huge chunk of the live. Yep, but that's okay. I'm this does go up on my channel and it will stay up, and you should be able to find it if you ever want to go back watch it. I know that kind of takes away half the fun because half the fun's interacting. But you know, it's there for records and all that. But I'm actually gonna wrap it up because I need to go to bed. It is late. So I'll answer a couple of last questions and then I'm heading out. I thinks, yep. You know what? Warpaint and Unicorns, Albedo Teapot Chat is so hilarious, but also low-key. I don't think he was asking. Realized he was asking the Traveler out on a date. Yeah. I haven't done any of the Teapot Chats. I feel like I should, but I don't know that there's any real, like, lore in there, so I'm saving them as, like, my emergency primo stash. Oh. Hi. Did I just, like, electrocute myself on one of the medallions? That can't be right. Why am I zapping? What's going on? He's not even shooting me. No. Leave me alone. It's weird. Multiple eels. Oh yeah, I already asked this, but do you think you'll do anything Fire Emblem on this channel again? Not Fae, but if a new game ever comes out. Maybe. I don't know that I've really liked the direction that a lot of the Fire Emblem games in general have gone in recent years. Three Houses had some stuff that was good, but honestly, I have so many issues with the writing that I find it very difficult to enjoy the game as a whole, and then just its sheer lack of map design and everything else. I get really aggravated with it, so it really, really, really depends. I feel like I should do a Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn stream at some point, because I do actually have original copies of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. I had pre-ordered them. So I feel like I should do playthroughs of those at some point, but I also don't have a capture card. So that's something else I have to get, but like I said, I'm a very new streamer and I lack a lot of the equipment that most people already have. So this is all stuff I just need to acquire over time. So none of that can happen. But, you know, I think before I ever get back to Fire Emblem, I will be far more likely to finish Mega Man Battle Network. That'll happen one day, maybe. I might just skip it, who knows. I'm actually far more likely to do a Baten Kaitos playthrough. And the reason is because I feel like no one's played Baten Kaitos. And they should, because it's amazing. But a lot of people have played Fire Emblem. And Fire Emblem's good too, but like it gets so much more attention because it's got recent games and Baten Kaitos only has 2, and they're both really, really good, and they deserve it. Get away from me. I also think it would be more fun to play on stream than Fire Emblem, because I don't know how fun it is to watch. But I mean, like, I guess a lot of people really enjoy watching, like, Fed and stuff play, and Speedy Hawk and stuff like that. I think they really like to watch them play through that. So I don't know. Probably not. I just...
It's my lucky day.
Fire Emblem isn't that fun for me right now. And Faye really sucks right now. Good lord, I've been watching what's been going on in that game just from, like, content creators, and, like, it sounds painful. I don't really... Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man! But I really want to play Bot and Kaitos on stream. Science Power, do you like to play Klee? You seem to like Yanfei. I like Yanfei more than Klee. Both in terms of personality and in terms of gameplay. I find Klee a little difficult to use because I'm not that good at playing her. And I don't like the fact that her burst does not stay on the field. So I always feel like I'm not getting a whole lot out of her. And her short little legs don't suit me very well. So I prefer Yanfei, just in general. But I do enjoy Klee, just not as much as Yanfei. But yeah. Yep. I'm actually gonna call it there, guys. Because it's getting late, and I think it's kind of late for a lot of people. But yeah, that's it. That's my little musings roaming around Inazuma stream. I hope you guys had fun. And that maybe you learned something, or maybe you had a new thought about something that's going to be really cool. I'm going to be working on a couple of new theories in the next coming week. I started writing it a day or two ago that I'm pretty excited about. So yeah, we'll be going back to the We Will Be Reunited quest and tying in some new stuff to it, which I think will be fun. So, thanks again so much for showing up, guys. I really appreciate it. I think I've never had more than, like, 80 people show up to a stream, and we have, like, 250 that showed up to this one, so thank you guys so much. I'm still a little overwhelmed, and I'm probably not handling it all that well. But yeah, thanks again. I'm gonna go catch some sleep. You guys should too, wherever time it is, and I'll see you guys next time.